Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into an absolute blockbuster of a knockout clash, the epic 2026 World Cup round of 32 matchup between Portugal and Croatia. We're talking incredibly high stakes, pure drama, and a true passing of the torch. Our source material paints a really vivid picture right from the kickoff. Picture this. It's a freezing cold night outside the stadium in Toronto, Canada. But inside, well, the atmosphere was, as the broadcast put it, absolutely electrifying. The knockout stage is here. There's zero room for error. One team marches on, and the other packs their bags.
Let's kick things off with Part 1, Clash of Football Legends.
We've got Cristiano Ronaldo on one side, Luka Modric on the other. Two iconic captains, two Ballon d'Or winners, and honestly, two guys who were just flat out refusing to let age slow them down. The sheer weight of history on the pitch here is wild. For both of these maestros, every single minute they play in this 2026 tournament is quite literally history in motion.
At this point, the narrative completely shifts from whether they can still perform to whether they'll find the back of the net to extend their already immortal records. As our sources highlight, Ronaldo isn't just looking for a casual jog out there. He wants to completely dominate center stage and sharpen his status as the all-time international scorer.
Moving right along to Part 2, Age is just a number.
40. Well, okay, just a couple of months shy of 40. We're talking about Pepe. The man is a three-time Champions League winner, scoring a vital second goal for Portugal. Just think about that for a second. In a hyper-competitive, insanely high-pressure World Cup knockout game, a nearly 40-year-old center back is the one rising up to double his country's lead.
The broadcast commentary really hit the nail on the head here, calling it a big personality for big moments. Pepe's unbelievable, age-defined performance gave Portugal this massive cushion exactly when they needed it most. And that cushion, it totally set the stage for the rest of the team to unleash their highly technical game.
Which brings us nicely to Part 3, Portugal's tactical masterclass.
So how exactly did they completely dismantle the opposition? Well, Portugal didn't just coast on their technical gifts. They played with this unbelievable drive and energy. The commentators were even calling it Ole football. One major tactical tweak the source points out is Otavio being preferred over William Carvalho to anchor the midfield. That move was a real game changer. It gave them the perfect balance, basically giving the attackers a green light to relentlessly push forward.
And the payoff for that setup? The return of what the broadcast affectionately dubbed filthy football. I mean, we were talking highly technical, almost downright arrogant link-up play. Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, and João Félix were out there putting on an absolute clinic. The sources described phenomenal touches, massive cross-field passes, and defenders being left so completely lost they didn't even know where their fullbacks were. It was a total masterclass in exploiting space.
But you know, all of this sets up a really fascinating narrative bridge. With legends like Ronaldo and Pepe deep into their twilight years, even if they are pulling off these crazy performances, the looming question for Portuguese football has been, who steps up for the new generation? Who actually takes the mantle?
That leads us right into Part 4, the rise of Gonzalo Ramos.
21. At just 21 years old, Ramos stepped onto this incredibly high-pressure World Cup stage. And you know what's even crazier? According to the source, he came into this match with exactly 35 minutes of prior international experience. 35 minutes! To walk into a round of 32 clash with that little on your resume is just unbelievable.
But man, in his very first international start, right out of the gates, he's linking up with João Félix, playing what the broadcaster straight up called fantastic football. And it all culminates in this blistering strike, a brilliant near-post run, an excellent ball, and a finish that beat the goalkeeper purely on pace, left him totally shell-shocked.
The commentary summed it up perfectly. Gonzalo Ramos has arrived on the big stage. His touch was flawless, his dynamic runs were a constant threat, and he perfectly complemented João Félix. Together, they showcased this devastating new attacking partnership that just completely carved open the defense.
And finally, Part 5, a new era begins. Let's quickly recap our core takeaways from this historic match. First, you had that epic, final chapter battle between maestros Ronaldo and Modric. Second, Pepe proving that longevity is basically a superpower. Third, Portugal's absolute tactical dominance in the midfield. And finally, 21-year-old Gonzalo Ramos stepping up to firmly secure the future of the national team.
This game in Toronto was a literal passing of the torch. We talk a lot about generational shifts, but seeing it happen live on the pitch, a legendary twilight colliding with a brilliant new dawn in a winner-go-home environment, that is truly rare. So I'll leave you with this final thought to ponder. As one incredibly legendary chapter slowly closes, how far can this dynamic, electrifying new era take Portugal in this tournament? Thanks for joining me on This Explainer, and I'll catch you next time as we keep breaking down the biggest moments in sports.